Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is April 30th, 2026, and what we're going to do today is review yesterday's parlay of the day and our alternate line suggestions, and also give you today's parlay of the day with alternate line suggestions. All right, so let's get right into it. But before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe right now. First of all, we are PPCs here, and PPCs are professional parlay creators. You found the right channel. This is exactly what you want. We create parlays for a living. Next, this is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. We're lucky to have two PPCs on this channel, and the architect and the voice. Obviously, I am the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout this parlay making process. Without the architect, there will be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, we are giving you free daily content with picks and receipts. This is our 24th day in a row of posting parlays with reviews. We are showing you our actual betting slips and the results. We're going to keep posting and showing you the results because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. Now do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button and do it for the sake of the parlay. So let's review yesterday's parlay of the day from April 29th, 2026. And first of all, I want to say why these reviews are very important. One, we're the only channel really doing that, and these reviews are going to be helpful the next time you make a bet. Also, if you're planning on betting somebody, a team or a person, you can go back and watch one of our old videos and see what we had to say about them and if it made it into our parlay of the day. All right, now we're going to talk about the results from yesterday. Yesterday, we went 6 out of 10 picks. Here's the parlay ticket from yesterday, and I'm going to briefly go over each pick and let you know how we did. Next, we were right about the alternate line of under 9.5 runs in this Arizona Diamondbacks versus Milwaukee Brewers game. And this game was very low scoring. It was 4-2 going into the 9th inning. But as you can see here, it was about 77% to cover. But one of their pitchers, one of the Brewers pitchers, Garrett Anderson, he gave up a home run. All right, so this is why these reviews are important, because you know next time that the Brewers have some holes in their bullpen if they're giving up home runs in the 9th inning. All right, but regardless, our bet still hit and it went green for us. Next, we took the alternate run line of +2 runs for the Athletics against the Kansas City Royals, and we didn't need the 2 runs because the Athletics won outright. All right, and one of the biggest differences is, just like I said in the video from yesterday, Severino is better than Waka, and you can see right here that he pitched 7 innings, only allowed 4 hits, gave up 1 run, 2 walks, and had 8 strikeouts. That's a very dominant performance compared to Michael Waka, who pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That was a very mediocre performance. It wasn't terrible, wasn't good, but yeah, Severino was better, and that's what led to the Athletics winning 5-2. And that went green for us. Next, we were wrong about the face of our channel, Bane, not recording 25 points, rebounds, and assists. He actually wound up scoring 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. So he was 1 stat line short of reaching our bet, but it didn't matter because our parlay was dead anyway. I'm not gonna hold it against Bane because he couldn't get that opportunity because Paulo Banchero really balled out. He had 45 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. So looked like Paulo had most of the scoring chances. So I feel like this was an outlier type of game. Bane usually comes through for us. And like I said, he was only 1 stat line short, and Paulo really showed out. So yeah, I'll definitely still be betting Bane in the future. This series will probably go 7 games, so we'll still have plenty of opportunity. Next, we were wrong about Brandon Ingram not recording 20+ points and assists. And we were wrong about this because Brandon Ingram left the game early with a heel injury, all right? So he only wound up having 1 point and 2 assists. All right, but the real interesting news about this, and this is good for our bet if it would have hit, our parlay would have hit, was DraftKings refunded the bets on Brandon Ingram props after he went out with injury. And shout out to DraftKings because they definitely don't have to do this, but that's actually pretty cool that they did that, because yeah, that could mess up people's parlay and people are really betting real money on this. So very cool of them to do this, but regardless, it didn't matter. Our parlay was dead by this time anyway. Next, we were right about the Montreal Canadiens winning on the puck line. They wound up winning the game 3-2. And like I said, you can see here, it was tied going into the 3rd period. The Canadiens like to play close games, and they wound up scoring the only goal in the 3rd period to win. So we just needed them to keep it close, but they had won outright. So that went green for us. Next, we were right on the Flyers to win on the puck line at +1.5 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, as you can see here, this game was 0-0 going into overtime, and then this guy Cam York scores his first career postseason goal to give the Flyers the win in the series, and they were the underdog in the series. But the real story here is Flyers goalie Dan Vladar. This dude saved 42 shots, okay, with a 100% save percentage. Obviously, no goals were scored, and that was the difference. And I said that he was the better goalie than Seelovs, and Seelovs had a very good game too. He saved 31 shots out of 32 shots, but hey, the Flyers won and they won the series, and Pittsburgh's going home. All right, next we're about the over 5.5 in the Utah Mammoth versus Vegas Golden Knights game. And hey, here you can see the Vegas Golden Knights, they won 5-4 in double overtime, and this game didn't get finished until 2:30 a.m. Eastern time, all right? But I'm dedicated to this channel and I want to put the result. But if y'all want to watch or get any details, this is most definitely a SportsCenter game. All right, our bet hit very early, all right, when it was tied 4-4 a couple hours ago. But I'll put it in the channel, the final result for the channel, all right? All right, next we were completely wrong about the Mets winning on the money line, all right? They got absolutely blown out by the Washington Nationals. All right, you can see all these damn runs scored for the Nationals. And I did a little digging into what happened. Drew Peterson, who's the Mets pitcher, he gave up 7 runs in 3.2 innings. And then they brought in Sean Manaea, and he used to be a starting pitcher, but he no longer is. And he's another left-handed pitcher, and he got blown up too. He gave up 600 runs as well. And it's like, damn, a lefty just got fucked up, and then they bring in another lefty to get fucked up. And yeah, you know, this bet really killed our parlay. This was an early game, and this was very ugly. So our parlay got done very shortly after this game started. All right, next we took a 2-pick same game parlay. We were right about LeBron scoring 20 plus points, but we were wrong about the Lakers winning on the money line. Now LeBron wound up having 25 points with 3 rebounds and 7 assists. And also Austin Reeves came back in his first game back in a couple of weeks and scored 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. But the real story here is that the Lakers lost to the Rockets without KD. All right, so that's not good. We thought the Lakers would win, especially with Austin Reeves coming back, but they lost a close game, 99-93. And yeah, the Lakers are still up 3-2 in the series, and it should be a good series. It'll probably go 7 games. All right, let's take a look and review yesterday's alternate line suggestions. So first of all, we recommended taking Bane at 20 points plus rebounds and assists. All right, and this is good because in our parlay of the day, we took him to get 25 and he got 24. But if you would have took our alternate line suggestion, you would have won. Next, we recommended taking the under 10.5 in the Arizona Diamondbacks and Milwaukee Brewers game. Our posted line in the parlay of the day, under 8.5 hit. So that definitely means that our under 10.5 hit as well. Just would have gave yourself a little extra cushion. And lastly, the Philadelphia Flyers won outright 1-0 in a game that went to overtime. So we didn't even need the 2.5 goals, but we didn't even need the 1.5 goals, but they still won outright. So anytime you take a team on the puck line, they win outright. That's very good. All we wanted them to do was keep it close, and that's what they did. So once again, this is the best part of our channel. All of our alternate lines hit, and I recommend you taking the alternate lines if you like our picks. Just give yourself a little bit more cushion and a better number if you can. All right, here's what you all been waiting for. Here's the parlay of the day for April 30th, 2026. And what we're going to do, all right, just remember, we're back to 8-leg parlays. No more 10-leg parlays. We back to the octopus, all right? The octopus is that raw parlay ticket, and we're going to turn that parlay ticket into some calamari so we can eat good, all right? Now, here is the parlay of the day today. First, we're going to take the under 7.5 runs in the Arizona Diamondbacks versus Milwaukee Brewers game. Then we're going to take the under 8 in the Toronto Blue Jays versus Minnesota Twins. Then we're going to take the over 5.5 in the Dallas Stars versus Minnesota Wild. Then we're going to take the under 6.5 in the Edmonton Oilers and Anaheim Ducks. Then we're going to take OG Anunoby to score 24 plus points and rebounds in his game against the Atlanta Hawks. Then we're going to take the Detroit Tigers on the money line. And then we're going to take a 2-pick same game parlay with Julius Randle to score 6 plus rebounds and Tim Hardaway Jr. to make 2 plus threes. First, we're going to take the under 7.5 runs in the Arizona Diamondbacks versus Milwaukee Brewers game. And I like this under because this is an elite pitching matchup between Soroka and Woodruff. And I actually really like Woodruff. Soroka's actually off to a better start this year, but Woodruff is very good and he's due for a big game. Next, this game is being played at American Family Field, which is where the Brewers play, and it's a very pitcher-friendly park. And then lastly, just on a betting perspective, 68% of the bets, but 74% of the money is on the under. So that means that sharp money's on the under, as in people who are really betting and really doing this like we are. So yeah, the under is a good bet, and I expect this to be a very low-scoring game. Next, we like the under 8 in the Toronto Blue Jays versus Minnesota Twins game. And I like this because, again, this is a matchup with two strong starting pitchers in Gausman and Ober. Also, this game is going to be played in Minnesota, and it's going to be about 47 degrees at game time. And that means that it's not ideal baseball weather. It's not going to be a lot of home runs. It's going to be a lot of ground balls. It might be a boring pitcher's type of game, but a cold game is good for the under. And also, lastly, both teams have an average offense. So average offense and bad hitting conditions against two good pitchers is a combination for a very good under. Next, we're going to take the over 5.5 goals in the Dallas versus Minnesota game. And I like this because 53 out of the 86 games that Minnesota has played this year have been over 5.5 goals. Now, that's about 62%. And also, 5 out of the last 7 games they played against the Dallas Stars have gone over 5.5 goals. Also, this is a closeout game, and aggressive plays is expected to be played. And yeah, I'm expecting a lot of goals here, and the over 5.5 should hit very easily. Next, we're going to take the under 6.5 goals in the Anaheim versus Edmonton game. And I like this because the over is minus 160, and there's value in betting under here. And it's a contrarian play. They just had a low-scoring game, 4-1 last game. And also 70% of the bets are on the over. So this is an area where I like to fade the public, and I feel like both goalies on each team should have improved play, especially for Edmonton, and that's exactly what happened last game. He only allowed 1 goal, Connor Ingram did. So yes, I like this contrarian play as an under. Everybody's expecting a high-scoring game, but we think it's going to be under. Next, we like OG Anunoby to score 24 plus points and rebounds. And I like this because he's a starter in this playoff series. The coach has really been playing the starters a lot, and he averages about 35 minutes a game. And also, he's the primary scorer after Jalen Brunson, so he should be getting the ball quite a bit. And also, he's a well-rounded player that likes to fill up the stat sheet, so he's going to get points, rebounds, assists, but just for the sake of our parlay, we just need him to get points and rebounds. All right, next we're going to take the Tigers on the money line, and we like the Tigers on the money line because they definitely have the better starting pitcher in Skubal. He's a back-to-back Cy Young winner, and also the Tigers have good young talent in McGonigal and Green, so they should score and back up Skubal as he pitches well. And also, the Braves offense has been struggling, so if they're struggling, they're definitely going to struggle against Skubal. So this is a good combination for the Tigers to win. Next, in a 2-pick same game parlay, the first pick we're going to take Julius Randle, record 6 plus rebounds, and we're going to take this because Julius Randle, he averages about 6 rebounds per game for his career. And also, this is a potential closeout game, so he's going to get more playing time as they are really trying to win and close out this series against the Denver Nuggets. And also, Randall's just on that list. He's on the list with Bane. Bane did disappoint, but it was in a losing parlay. But Julius Randle's definitely on that list, and I expect him to get at least 6 rebounds and probably more. Next, we're going to take Tim Hardaway Jr. in the second leg of this 2-pick same game parlay, and we're going to take him to get 2 plus 3-pointers because I believe once he gets in the game, he's really going to be scoring buckets. And this is a potential blowout, so he's probably going to get some playing time. And also, he's a seasoned veteran, and he's looking to make a difference anytime he comes in the game. And that's what he does, is get buckets. His dad got buckets. He gets buckets. So, yeah, we really like him to get at least 2 plus 3-pointers. Okay, here are the alternate line suggestions for today, April 30th, 2026. First of all, we're going to recommend taking the under 7.5 goals in the Edmonton and Anaheim hockey game. We're taking under 6.5 in our parlay, but giving an extra goal is always better when you're taking it under. Next, we're going to recommend taking the under 9.5 in the Toronto and Minnesota game. Now, we took the under 8 in our parlay. but giving another run and a half on the under is good. Lastly, we're going to recommend taking Detroit on the plus 1.5 run line. Now, they're the actual favorites. They have Schoolboy pitching. He's very good. But if you give them 1.5 runs when they're already the favorite, that's a really good recommendation for alternate line. And just remember with our alternate line suggestions for today, a better number equals more cushion. And for example, in this Toronto Blue Jays versus Minnesota Twins game, the under 9.5 runs is better than the under 8 runs. Also, with a better number, you'll get less odds. For example, the under 8 runs is -115 and the under 9.5 runs is -200. All right, there you have it. That's the parlay of the day today. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your bets. And just remember, winners never quit. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and one good parlay can make your day. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with another video and another parlay of the day.